It's time now for a look at what's been making headlines here in a week in France. Here in France, 11-year-old Lyhanna was laid to rest on Friday. Her funeral in her hometown of Florence saw thousands of people attend as flags flew at half-mast in homage. Her murder has sparked a national debate over child sexual abuse and failures of the French judicial system. The suspect, Jérôme Barella, had already been accused of abusing children, but the cases weren't followed up on. Jérôme Barella's actions online raised alarms as far away as the United States. He's believed to be responsible for the death of 11-year-old Lyhanna, whose body was found June 4th in the Gers department here in France. Now it's come to light that the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in the U.S. sent multiple alerts about Barella to French authorities. NCMEC is a leading international agency in the fight against child sexual abuse and monitors the web for illegal content and for adults attempting to interact sexually with minors. Its reports about Barella were sent before Lyhanna was killed to OFMIN, the specialized unit of the French National Police Judicial Directorate dedicated to fighting sexual violence against minors. The agency was concerned about his online interactions with a minor. While their reports include the information used to create an online account, they do not always include the full identity of the suspect. French police say they can only process a small fraction of the alerts they receive.
We get 200,000 reports. 95% of them come from the United States. We're only able to process 5% of them. We're unable to process any more.
Police say they are also severely understaffed. There are only about 40 investigators instead of the 85 that were supposed to be hired when the office was created 3 years ago. And compare that to the UK, where the British police force has 800 personnel specializing in the fight against child sexual abuse. With the lack of both trained investigators and resources, the police say many reports end up falling through the cracks, allowing pedophiles to remain under the radar. Famed French singer Patrick Bruel has been put under formal investigation for rape and sexual assault. He's being pursued for alleged cases dating from 1992 to 2008. Bruel denies ever forcing himself on a woman.
It's the fall of a French superstar. Wednesday evening, 67-year-old Patrick Bruel was charged with rape and sexual assault. He's facing allegations of rape and sexual assault from 9 women, and prosecutors are seeking to add the complaints of 13 others, which have gone beyond the statute of limitations. They include French TV presenter Flavie Flament, who last month accused Bruel of raping her in the early 1990s when she was a minor.
Before me, and that's what's particularly disgusting and what truly outrages me, before me, there were women who for months, for years, tried to make themselves heard. And it took the media coverage of my complaint for things to move forward. And I find that particularly unfair.
Successful singing and acting careers turned Patrick Bruel into a household name in the 1990s. He was taken into police custody for 48 hours earlier this week and was released after extensive questioning. The request that he be placed in pretrial detention was denied, but he is not a free man.
The 4 investigating judges hearing the cases refused to seek pretrial detention for Mr. Patrick Bruel and placed him under judicial supervision.
Bruel must surrender his passport and is barred from leaving the country. He is also required to prove he is receiving psychological treatment and pay a bail of 500,000 euros. He has denied any wrongdoing and has vowed to fight the accusations.
The Israeli firm Black Core, which is suspected of interfering in France's local elections in March, is also suspected of meddling in elections in the U.S. and Africa. That's according to France's disinformation detection service, Viginum. Those revelations emerged Thursday as the French Prime Minister consulted with political leaders about the threat posed by foreign digital interference in elections. Nicholas Rushworth has the details.
A cybersecurity update from the French government, which is concerned about election interference online. The French Prime Minister on Thursday convened political leaders and reported on the threat in the presence of the head of France's disinformation detection service, who said that officials suspect an Israeli firm called Blackcore of being behind a smear campaign ahead of France's municipal elections in March.
Vigilant investigations have made it possible to geolocate the foreign operator behind this malicious activity, a purported Israeli company known as Blackcore.
Viginem, France's Office for Vigilance and Protection Against Foreign Digital Interference, presented a detailed report on Blackcore's alleged actions around the world.
The modus operandi wasn't limited to France's municipal elections. It also appears to have been used for foreign digital interference in other countries or regions, such as Angola, Togo, the elections in Scotland, and New York's 2025 municipal election.
The French Prime Minister said Paris had asked Israel for explanations on Blackcore's actions and also for help in trying to find out who may have been behind the smear campaign.
Once the authorities realized this interference from Israeli soil, specifically Israeli soil, occurred during the municipal election, it goes without saying that we did indeed ask for an explanation and assistance. It could be a private group in Israel.
The news agency Reuters reported last month that French authorities suspected Blackcore was behind an online smear campaign targeting 3 candidates for mayor from the far-left pro-Palestine France Unbowed party in March's municipal vote. Before scrubbing its presence online following Reuters' inquiries, Blackcore described itself as an elite influence cyber and technology company built for the modern era of information warfare.
France is saying farewell to a hero of the open sea. Sailor Charlie Dalin, the winner of the 2025 Vendée Globe, died on Wednesday from cancer. He was 42. Emerald Maxwell has more.
He sailed into history and inspired a nation. Now Charlie Dalin's remarkable journey has come to an end. This was the French yachtsman at the pinnacle of his career, champion of the 2025 Vendée Globe. He had just steered his boat to victory in a record 64 days, 19 hours and 22 minutes, shattering the previous record of the solo round-the-world race by over 9 days.
I'm overwhelmed by emotion. It was truly an immense joy to cross the line. It was fabulous. By far the best finish line of my entire career, by a long way. Breaking the record is really just the cherry on top.
Few knew at the time that Charlie Dalin had been diagnosed with a rare form of gastrointestinal cancer. He chose to keep his illness secret during the world's toughest sailing race, only later revealing it in a book, The Power of Destiny, where he chronicled his battle in a bid to help other sufferers. Born in Le Havre in Normandy, Dalin graduated in naval architecture from the University of Southampton in the UK. That was before he embarked on a competitive sailing career, a sport he discovered by chance as a youngster while on holiday. Before his Vendée Globe victory, he placed second in the 2021 race and was also runner-up in the 2022 Route du Rhum, a transatlantic race from France to the Caribbean. Last year, Dalin took a hiatus from sailing to spend time with his wife and young son, while also helping to design the future boat for the Massif team, with whom he secured most of his victories.
The French national football team, known fondly as Les Bleus, landed in Boston, Massachusetts, where they will be based for the duration of the World Cup competition. They also discovered their hotel rooms, with Jules Koundé sharing a little room tour. Let's take a look.
Let's have a look. Ooh, look at this. Here is my giant face on a Panini sticker.
Ma grosse tête sur Panini. Et puis évidemment.
And obviously, since Boston is a huge sporting city, they have given us a Celtic shirt.
Les maillots donc des Celtics, bien évidemment les Patriots.
Obviously the Patriots.
Le 10 et les Red Sox.
And the Red
bien
Sox.
évidemment. Voilà.
Here's my room with a big TV. That's important. Oh yes, this welcome is lovely.
J'aime beaucoup cet accueil.
And finally, this weekend, Paris is set to be awash with fans of one of Japan's oldest martial art forms, sumo wrestling. It's been more than 30 years since the tournament was held in the capital, but one of the unheralded stars of the show will be French salt. 200 kilos of customized Gironde salt ordered by the organizers. The white mineral plays a central role in the sport. It's used to purify the space and ward off bad karma.